Alright, so we're going to do IXL S.24. This is on page 44. This is on page 44. IXL algebra. We're doing the algebra one today. S.24. So we practiced.
We wrote something on page 44.
I hope you didn't.
We did.
Okay, look. I get what you're saying, Abby, but I'm recording, and that's probably not what we need to record right now at this very... If you did, then you did, but you should have nothing on 44. Alright, so what you're going to do today on IXL is this is what IXL is going to ask you. It's going to say y minus, then it's going to give you a box, equals, you're going to have to fill in this box, x minus another box. Okay, so you're going to have to fill in 3 boxes like you did on S.23. Instead of them giving them to you in the problem, though, you're going to have to do it from a graph. So I will show you what goes in each box. Okay, in this first box, what goes in this first box? If you look on page 40, you will see what's on page 40. Maybe you won't. Oh, yeah, you will. Page 40, it's the y1. So on here on this graph, it's hard to see because it's not in color. But on IXL, it's going to give you a red dot. The red dot is here, and I know you can't see it. That's why I'm telling you. There's a red dot right there. It's going to give you a red dot on IXL. And so what you have to do is for the first box is tell me what the y value is. So the y value goes this way. These are the y values. So for this y value, Ahad, can you tell me what the y value is? 100, so that goes in the first box. The y value goes in the first box. The second box is your slope. Your rise over your change of y over your change of x. Your slope, your rise over run. Change of y over x. The first thing is a little triangle, that means change. So you have to do what we did yesterday, right, David Lamb? You have to pick another point, and so right here, it has to go through the cross. That one doesn't, that one doesn't, that one doesn't, that one doesn't. This one does. Then I draw my stairs just like yesterday. My rise over my run. Then I count. So let me zoom in. Make sure you're doing the same thing on your paper. This is an example before we start. So I rise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I run just like Ahad said. 1. Now, I did the first step, I got the points. I did the second step, I drew the stairs. I did the third step, I count, rise over run. Okay? So now, I have to check slope man. I'm going to be honest with you, yesterday on IXL, they were all positive. Today, they will not all be positive, so you need to check slope man. Please draw slope man. You will need to know how to draw slope man and use slope man for your test on Monday. Okay, so horizontal line, that's a 0. Up and down is undefined. So what you're going to do is this. You're going to put your pencil over the graph. So if I put my pencil over the graph like this, please do the same thing on your paper. Please do the same thing on your paper. Then you're going to check, does it look like the negative eyebrow or does it look like the positive eyebrow? Negative. It looks like the negative eyebrow like he was saying. So that's a negative 5 over 1. Now, in the calculator, can I borrow your calculator, Sochi? I highly recommend you reduce the slopes on your calculator. That means what you're going to do is you're going to go to new document, you're going to go to calculator. Do you want to save? No, thank you, calculator. And you're going to type in negative 5 over 1, and it reduces to negative 5. Your IXL will probably only count this one right. If you get 10 over 2, you write 10 over 2, and it reduces it to that. Okay, so that was negative 5. Over is a divide. Okay, then in the last box goes your x1. That means the x value of the red dot. X values go like this. Omar, can you tell me the x value? So then that last box goes 40. That's all you're doing for IXL today. Okay, so in this box goes the x. of this red dot. I'll show you on IXL right now. So you're going to go to IXL. We were doing distance and geometry. That's what it says that. Algebra. Don't do it yet. Just look up here so I can make sure that you know how to do it. And then we're doing S.24. So, does everyone see the red dot?
Yes.
Okay, that's the red dot you're going to get the X and Y value from. Please don't get out laptops just yet. Let me show you first. So, the first is the Y value. So, the Y value here in this problem, can you tell me, Dieudonné, what's the Y value? What number is that? Let me zoom in for you.
It's 50.
50. Okay, it is 50. Then you're going to do the slope. You're going to do the slope. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I have to pick a point. So let me call on a couple people in my class. Does this count as a point, Masterina? No. Sochi, does this count as a point? Yes, it does. Oh, it is really hard to see on the screen. Yes, it does count as a point. So some people who are closer can probably see it. So there's my rise over run. I rise 2 over 1. So in the calculator, I would put, to reduce it, 2 over, that's divided by what? Slope is 2. I check slope man. So here's what I do. You get your pencil, you put it over the graph, okay? So it looks like this, and I say, okay, does that look like the positive or negative? Can you tell me, Ahad, does that look like the positive eyebrow or negative eyebrow? Positive. So it's positive 2. Like I said, you will get some negatives on this one. You didn't yesterday. So after I get the slope, then I do the X value of the red dot. To make an 80. How did I get 2? Because that was my slope. I rise 2 over 1. And that's all you're doing.